Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's check out E-Swat running on the MegaSG. Now this is a game that I actually avoided buying. E-Swat in the arcade was it was a Sega property, and it had these gigantic characters on the screen. I mean, they're pretty big sized characters, and it was probably one of the dullest arcade action games I'd ever played. I mean, it was not really a good game. It was not very exciting, and even though the graphics were really nice, it just wasn't that much fun to play. But it was only years later when I bought a lot of inventory from a closing out game store, which is actually where I got a lot of my games. That I finally gave this game a try, and this game is just a different version of Shinobi. Had I known those many years ago that this was Shinobi, I probably would have picked it up when it came out. Although in the end, I did pick it up for cheap, so maybe I won in the end. But yeah, this is nothing like the arcade game. This is a much better game. And even though the graphics have taken a hit compared to the giant characters that were in the arcade game, this is the game that you really want to play. This version of E-Swat. First mission start. I mean, you see, it even kind of plays out like Shinobi. Yeah, just replace guns with shurikens and you got Shinobi. Yeah. Ah. I know the buttons make sense for the Genesis with its 3-button layout, but they're actually reversed to what I think they should be. So B is fire, and A is jump, where I usually expect A to be fire and B to be jump. But I guess you can use the C button to jump instead. It's just a little less comfortable to use the C button. It's got that kind of odd shape to it. Where are you, Mr. Helicopter? Oh, here, right there, damn. Yeah, it's just as difficult as Shinobi, as Shinobi 2. Now it's quite a handgun.
Mission completed.
I don't know if you're supposed to be able to read that. I mean, it's even on the CRT. It was just like, what the hell did that say? Infiltrate cyber prison. I was missing the brrrr sound effect. What do I do now? Oh, there's nothing else here. Stuff at the top, it looks like. Okay. What the hell do I do? Oh god, I'm stuck on the second level. There's no door I can enter in. Climb something, maybe? Okay. Holy crap, what do I do? I don't get it. Okay, well maybe this isn't so much like Shinobi then. Oh, okay, those are railways that go up, I think. Let's grab our cart and see if we can go up. There we go. Man, it's so confusing. Okay, where else can I get in here? No. Boy, they don't really fight back much. Well, I guess I do have it on easy. I just didn't expect it to be like brain dead easy. I thought it would just be like slightly easier than normal. Oh well, maybe we'll actually get to the end of the game then. Most of these games that Sega produced were like incredibly difficult games. So I should be happy for the respite, you know? Interesting, huh? Go how? Oh, okay. It's two different layers. Background layer and foreground layer. Oh, boss time. Yeah, see, that's what the E-Swat characters in the arcade looked like. They looked like that. And they moved like that, too. But E-Swat in the arcade was not a good game. Oh. Oh, damn it. Waste a valuable life. Damn it. Boy, he can't even relax for a minute. No. I need that life. Ugh. Oh boy, I'm getting that crappy armor. Third mission start. Defend Neo 3 Mile. Neo 3 Mile. Look at this armor. It's not really cool looking armor. Ugh. Damn it. Ah, only 3 continues. Ugh. Ugh. Ah, I gotta play more slowly. Ugh. Damn it. So much stuff to worry about. Ugh. Nice stuff to deal with. Oh, the Geo Pocket. Um, honestly, I actually don't like a lot of those games in the Neo Geo Pocket collection. Plus, it is $50. I don't know. I mean, if you really want to see it, I can pick it up. But I think the best Neo Geo Pocket game they've already released, and that was the King of the Fighters one. I don't know if he has like some fond memories of the Neo Geo Pocket. You know, I never owned one, so um, I don't have like a whole lot of nostalgia for it. And then I remember playing the games on a PC collection, and you know, I don't know. I don't think those games have really aged very well. I mean, that's just my personal opinion, but it's sort of like playing those Game Boy games. It's like some Game Boy games are really good, but man, most of them are just so hard to play now because they were really designed to waste your time. I don't know what better way to say it, but yeah, they're just like these real simple game loops, and it's just like, ah, man, I don't want to play this. I think the Metal Slug games were good on the Pocket, and then the King of the Fighters games, but some of the other stuff was just literally wasn't all that hot. I mean, that's why I haven't covered it. You know, really not because of the price, although the price is high considering what you're getting. Well, let me take that back. To be fair, if you were to buy all of those Neo Geo Pocket games right now, if you had a working system, and you wanted to go on on eBay or on Price Right or something like that, you would pay more than $50 for those games, you know. So it's not necessarily a ripoff. It's just sort of hard to swallow to you know, play those old games that I personally didn't like that much for that price, you know. But your mileage may vary. Maybe you really love all those games, and it may be something that's worth it to you. I don't know. I don't imagine that's true for a lot of people, though. Oh, I didn't continue in time. Oh, great. Oh, well. So yeah, maybe later on, if there's like a... Not that this will ever be true, but if there's like a... If there's like kind of a lull in the releases, we can go back and look at that game. But I think right now, I mean, there's so many really good games out for the systems. It's sort of tough for me to go back to like just the average games. You know, even though there's a bit of nostalgia there. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe there's just really awesome games on there. I just didn't see anything that looked all that great to me. Where is he now? What the heck?
Mission completed.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if you were really nostalgic for that system, then maybe. But you know, I guess there's no guarantee in the kind of games that you get when you buy a collection. You know, you're gonna get some bad games because not every system, you know, not every game made for every system out there was good, right? So you have to accept some bad games, but like a lot of those are bad, you know. Or not interesting enough for me to like go, yeah, you should definitely get this. And I know I cover a lot of games here, and you know, many of which are not good. Like I've covered a ton of games that are not good, but I pay for all these games out of my pocket. You know, I don't earn any money on this channel. You know, I'm not a partner. I don't have anybody beating down my door to advertise on this. In fact, most of the time YouTube, at least from what I've noticed, they'll usually put me lower on the search list. Even if I'm like the one with the most traffic, like I've got the most hits, they'll usually put other YouTubers like above me, which is fine. You know, obviously I'm not doing this for money, but you know, if you find this channel, it's really through luck. And I appreciate that the fact that you make it here, but yeah, I'm all surprised to see new people come on. Just like, how did you even find me? Like, YouTube certainly not helping me out. But yeah, for $50 and for something which I'm gonna own, I'm just like, I don't know, man. Not these games. Look at that guy, jeez. I think there's another gun around here that's gonna give me trouble. Where is it? There you are. Oh, okay. That's not good. I guess, well, no, I think I do have to beat these guys. I think you have to beat all the purple guys before you can get the key to the exit. Yeah, I think 20 would be fair for Metal Slug and King of the Fighters. Yeah, because it's $10 a piece, and I think that would be good. But all the other junk, I don't know. I'm sure somebody out there who is a Neo Geo Pocket fan is going to be like, oh, but you definitely should play one of these other games in the collection. And maybe that's true. Maybe there's a gem in there that I don't know about that I didn't play. But I think I played all those games. Though I do know a lot of people come to this channel, you know, sort of expecting me to cover those you know, older collections. So I don't think I can get out of not buying that game. I just want to play like some other fun games before I have to slog through like a bunch of crappy ones. And I don't think I'm one of those like fun YouTubers that like can give you like a fun video when the game sucks, you know, because I generally just get like really grumpy if I have to play a crappy game. You know, some people are like really entertaining, and you know they'll yell or they'll say like a bunch of clever stuff. That certainly is not me. I mean, most of the times I never ever see the end of these games because I just struggle with them. And I try not to cover any of the mainstream games, you know? I mean, that's why you've never seen me play Minecraft or Fortnite or Valheim or anything like that. I mean, you know, if you want to watch those games, there's like thousands of people playing those games. But, you know, nobody really covers like the games that I cover. And a lot of times, you know, I'll just find some like really good games. Like yesterday we did the Toon Shooter 2. Which was a total surprise. I did not think that was going to be a good game. I mean, if you looked at it and you saw previews of it, you go, man, that game just looks terrible. But it ended up being really fun. And it was $2 on the eShop, so, you know, what a surprise. And it's funny too, because as I've said before that I was never that big of a fan of the Genesis, at least until now. You know, now that I've been like playing 3 games every Saturday, you know, what I own, because I did, like I said, I bought a lot of games from a video game store that was closing out. Now I've actually grown to be really fond of the Genesis. I actually really like the system now. If you asked me last year what I thought of the Genesis, I'd be like, oh, it's a crappy Super Nintendo, but not so much anymore. And I was like, yeah, I could see why this system, you know, not only because it was released a little earlier, but I can definitely see why this system was #1 in the States for a while. You know, the Super Nintendo eventually took it over, but yeah, they had a lot of really good stuff on this system. I think at the time I just thought the D-pad sucked, and you know it does. And the games always felt kind of floaty, which is also still true, but I think I'm okay with the floatiness now. No! Oh, damn it! Still, if anything, I'm a PC Engine TurboGrafx fan. I mean, this era gaming, that was my favorite system. I'll be real anxious to see the analog turbo. Oh gosh, that's what I've been really waiting for. It's I don't have an opportunity to show those games because very few people have played the turbo at all. And again, that's a real shame. Mainly popular in Japan, just didn't make it in the States. It was real tough for them. They couldn't really license all the games that they had available for the PC Engine. And they had a ton. But there was those days, cross-platform games just wasn't a thing. So they had legal obligations not to publish games on other systems. That was the Nintendo effect back then. Now I'm happy that everybody gets to play the games, so you don't have to. You may have to wait, but you can play Like a Dragon on your PS5 now, even though it debated with the the next gen version of Like a Dragon. Obviously, you can play the PS4 version when it came out originally. But yeah, now you just wait a little while, and the game will be on your other system with just a few exclusives between them. Being a gamer now is much better than the gamer in the 90s or the 80s. And all these systems, I don't think people realize how expensive these systems were. Because if you adjust for inflation, we were paying more for games in this era than we're paying for games now. Because we were earning a whole lot less well, we also were working less a little bit, I mean, 40-hour work week, was still common, but it wasn't like that much of a requirement. Now you pretty much have to work 40, now you have to pretty much work 50 hours to kind of make ends meet. And technically you're making more money, so like old people like me going, oh, you make so much money, but really you're not making much money at all. Technically I was making more money back in the days, even though the rate is come on, are you serious? Get the guy. Oh man, there we go. Jeez. God, I hate this thing. I can't get rid of it either. I thought I had some other power-ups that I got. Maybe that's only after you die. Run! And look at all this stuff, man. Is that there? Yeah, good. At least you get the super shot that way. Yeah, because I remember like when the 3DO came out, that was $700 in 94 or 96. $700. So that's I think that's like 1,400 and some change in today's money. Maybe 1,300, somewhere around there. Just imagine paying $1,300 for a system. And then, later finding out that it was just a crappy system. No, you had to make do with like BS, like plumbers don't wear ties and crappy versions of Dark Castle. Not that there's a good version of Dark Castle, but you know what I'm saying. And now we're getting ready to pay $70 per game, which is kind of a shame. It was okay at $50 or $60 for a while, but I totally get it. The price of games actually hasn't risen for a long time, and the cost of development has. Of course, the kind of games that I play don't cost $1 million budgets generally. If I'm playing games like this. Then I would hope people aren't spending millions of dollars developing it. But I get it, Programmers got to be paid. You know, they make all the stuff that we like, so they should probably be able to earn a living doing it. Not that most of the money makes it to them. Most of the time, it'll make it just to the publisher, who usually does not have, you know, does not have a problem with money. Unlike us poor programmers. But oh well, such is life, right? Am I gonna be able to beat this game? Yeah, I don't know. Sega made some really tough games in the day. Really, you know, real easy to pick up and play, but you know, real tough to get to the end to. Man, this guy's a pain in the ass. Ugh, God, man, there's so little opportunity to get him. Oh. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I had some neighbors that I traded and rented games to. Well, I mean, yeah, back then there was a rental system, right? I mean, in a digital-only world, you ain't renting nothing. You know, all you're doing is hoping that somebody makes a demo. Yeah, I think, growing up, I think I bought basically 3 games a year. Not that there are like a ton of games released like nowadays, but, you know, I just couldn't afford anything. You know, I can only earn so much money picking berries or working as a busser at the hotel. Somehow managed to squeak it out. I always bought systems. You know, I was saved up to buy the systems, and then the games I rented a lot. That's why it was nicer when I was older, and some of these game stores were going out that I could buy stuff and put them in my collection. Because nowadays, you know, if you were to buy this game, I think this game goes for some stupid amount. And you know, while it's not a bad game, it's certainly not a you know, a $60 or $70 game. Oh, come on! How do you get this guy? Not only does he shoot his face at you, he also shoots you in the air too. You know, he's super OP, man. Oh, damn it. Well, we may not be able to make it to the end of this one. Yeah, like I'm super lazy now, and I don't buy physical media. So like my Switch, I think I own just Mario All-Stars and Zelda, and everything else is digital. It's way more convenient, you know. I don't have to worry about. I move a fair amount, so I don't have to worry about, you know, carting boxes and boxes of games to every new address that I go to. I know there's a lot of concern about game preservation. You know now that you don't have physical media and it's digital only, sometimes they'll close the digital store. You don't get access to those games. But you know, I guess my argument is that, you know, all these game systems break. I mean, the only game systems that I haven't had break on me are the Super Nintendo, the Genesis, and the GameCube. All the other systems that I have, well, I think the Saturn still works, but all the other systems that I have, you know, my 3DO, my Jaguar, you know, my PlayStation 1, my PlayStation 2, the PlayStation 3 is pretty much on its last legs. I mean, yeah, it's like, yeah, I have these physical games, but I don't have systems to play it on, because these systems were made like crap, you know, so yeah, you may not have the advantage of having physical games, but your physical games don't do any good without a console. You know, an analog is not going to release a console for every system that you own. You know, some systems are just too new. Like, I don't imagine analog releasing a PlayStation 1. Certainly, Sony wouldn't like that. So yeah, I mean, even if you had physical media, you may not even have the ability to play those games anymore. So, I mean, not really sure what good it does to you at that point in time. I mean, we were lucky here in that Analog found a market for us to make these older systems. But so far, they've only made regular Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and Genesis, and they're about to release Turbo. You know, but if I had my physical game on my 3DO with my busted-ass Panasonic 3DO, yeah, I still can't play that game. It's like, well, then you have emulation with your physical media. I was like, well, if I have emulation, then probably I'm not using my physical media to play it, and probably downloading a ROM. So, you know, I don't know how important. I don't know how practical or important physical media is, because it really doesn't make much sense. You know, just like those Game Boy games or those Neo Geo games. I mean, I'm old. I'm not gonna play the Neo Geo Pocket. That screen is tiny now, man. I can barely see that thing. Just like my Lynx, you know, I have a working Lynx still, but man, looking at that screen is tough. At the time, it was okay. You know, I had a younger pair of eyes, but now I can't even imagine playing the Lynx now. You know, I'd much rather have a re-release of the games on a collection on a modern console than I would play it on the original hardware. That's why I don't really understand the original hardware argument, because like I'm playing on this Genesis controller, the 6-button controller, which is the better controller for the Genesis, and it's not like particularly comfortable. I mean, it's nowhere near as comfortable as like the PlayStation 5 controller or the Xbox One, or even the Xbox Series controller. Certainly not as comfortable as the Switch Pro controller. So I'm playing on this, you know, I'm playing these, you know, these really good games on this sort of busted control scheme with these mushy buttons and this mushy D-pad, where I'd probably rather play this, you know, happily on a Pro controller, you know. But again, I'm only concerned about playing the games. I'm not concerned about the historical aspect of these games. I mean, that doesn't mean much to me. Or you know, playing on original hardware also doesn't mean much to me. If I can have the same great experience that I had on new hardware with, you know, the nicer, newer controls and maybe some quality of life improvements. Like, I really wish Analog would have put the ability to have save states in games. Because, like I said, some of these games are really difficult, and you know, they were made that way, you know, to get some value out of them, so that you keep playing them. You know, you wouldn't just sell them as soon as you beat them. But if you actually really want to play these, and they only have, like in this case, this game has like 3 continues, and the game is hard enough to need more than 3 continues. At least if you're playing on the harder difficulties too. And save states would just be a real help. But, you know, they want to just preserve the original hardware, and just like, yeah, I played this originally. You know, I didn't like the fact that I couldn't save back then either. You know, it would have been nice just to be able to, oh gosh, I gotta go to the, you know, I gotta turn the system off. You know, because it's summer. You know, it's 95 degrees in the house, and I should probably, you know, leave the system off and go out and do something. But no, I gotta leave the system on. I gotta leave it powered on because I can't save. And that's not like the memory I want to preserve. You know, I want to preserve playing the game, but I don't want to preserve, you know, the actual crappy parts of the experience too. Yeah. Again, I know a lot of people who play classic games disagree with me, but I just don't get it. No, no, no. Done with this boss again. Yeah, I made a lot of money on strawberries and cucumbers. Those were actually my favorite things to pick. Those blackberries and raspberries, man, that sucks. I don't think I've ever picked blueberries. Maybe there wasn't a blueberry farm in my area. I don't know. I mean, now I kind of do it for fun as an adult, but man, you know, doing it actually for a living, that's a rough living, let me tell you. Ugh, my ass kicked. Doesn't know how to counter this guy's attacks. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, but 3 games a year. Now I buy like 5 games a week. So it's ridiculous how many games get released, and like probably 70% of those games are good. I say the quality of games has risen dramatically too. Even licensed games nowadays are actually pretty good. Whereas, you know, in my day, you know, a licensed game was just like the death knell of a game. You suck, man. Oh, you see that? He was about to launch his face off and then he changed his mind. What the hell, man? Jesus, how the hell? Ah, man, I need one of the other... I need one of the other shot types, but the other shot types burn up my my special meter. And then I won't be able to, you know, jump up in the air as much, which I need to do in order to get past this. Ah, God. God, and he has to get close to you. You can't just, like, shuffle under him. See, look at that. He doesn't have a power meter either, so I have no idea.
Mission
Ugh.
completed.
Holy crap. Yeah, emulation has gotten really good too. I mean, emulation like back in the Dreamcast days. I mean, they couldn't even emulate the Genesis. That was so bad. But emulation nowadays is pretty good. I mean, even on the Switch, the emulation is pretty good. And if you have like an Xbox One S and you go into developer mode, I mean, you can pretty much get perfect emulation on all your old games. I think actually even the PlayStation 1 is pretty good on there. If I remember right. I only played like 1 or 2 games on it, but I really didn't want to leave it on developer mode. Oh, come on, are you serious? I didn't want to leave it in developer mode. I mean, I want to play games. Although I guess I could technically leave the S in developer mode and the X in... Can I shoot this? Oh, no, I can't. Oh, shit. Run, 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 run! Shoot the brains! Serious? Oh, man, what the heck is this stuff? Yeah, I like it even better, like with the like with Sega Ages, where they actually went out of their way to improve a game. Because like, I would never play Phantasy Star 1 on the original hardware, not with the Sega Ages version out. I mean, they did a really good job with that. Same thing with like Outrun and Space Harrier and all the other games they did. Oh, I don't have any burner power. What the heck? Why not? Wait, what do I do? Oh, I let it... Okay, I'll let it go past me. I see. Okay, well, I'm kind of a moron. Yeah, sorry, I don't have a great setup. For my streaming, which is why I don't do a whole lot of talking. I see these other streamers and they have like these awesome setups, and they're they're like 16 or 18 years old. I'm like, man, how the hell did you? I mean, I'm an old ass man and I can't afford that kind of setup. Like, how did you get the money to do all that? Yeah, I guess I put all my money into buying the actual games rather than having, a bunch of nice monitors everywhere. I mean, I guess if this streaming thing made money, then maybe I'd invest in like a more elaborate setup, but I'm lucky to have what I have, really. Yeah, but thankfully I have a regular job, so I don't have to like beg people for subscriptions and tell them to like and subscribe. Like, yeah, I really would hate it if that was like a thing I absolutely positively had to do, or try to convince people that they should, you know, give me money when everybody's broke in the world. Never really felt good about that anyway. Yeah. The heck is all this stuff? Yeah, this is definitely a far cry from the arcade game. Man, the arcade game was just not a good game. I'm glad they decided to revisit it when they made it a home version. Come on. Come on. Oh, okay. Run, 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 run. Hey, get down here. What the heck? No, 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 no. Ah. Purple brains everywhere. Ah. Ugh. Dang it. That's so terrible. High enough. Get up there. Oh. I should use my special for that. It just seems like a waste, but I suppose if I never use it and die, that's not doing me any good either. Really? Come on, man. I mean, the game even kind of sounds like Shinobi, doesn't it? It sort of has that Shinobi-ish soundtrack. Although, I don't think Yuzo did this music. Okay, let's use our special fire here, because these guys are just overwhelming me. Unless it's not going to happen. What? Why didn't it work? Oh, you need a full burner to get it to work. You don't get any burner for this. Oh, they thought of everything. Oh yeah, see, I can't upload. So my account status doesn't let me upload. So yeah. I used to upload. I used to just do uploads only, but yeah, now I can only stream. So, c'est la vie. It is what it is. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to get to the end of this game. Although it's really fun. I think if you have some means to play this version, and not the arcade version, then you're going to have fun. So yeah, definitely check it out if you have a MegaSG or if your original Genesis still works. And you find this cartridge. Although again, you know, to find this boxed and complete, I think it's hovering around like $75 or something stupid like that. Definitely not worth that price. You know, but you know, $10 to $15, yes, pick it up. I don't know, maybe when the world returns to normal, we can have trade shows again and and we have game meets. Who knows? Anyway, let's see. What are we gonna play next? I'm gonna find something on here. Hopefully something interesting. I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to look through my shelf again. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.